as we have discussed in the previous class about chapter number 1, the topics that we have already discussed were what is nutrients and the different mode of nutrition, that is autotrophic mode of nutrition and heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Today we will be discussing in a very detailed about the process called photosynthesis. Okay, now what is the photosynthesis? As you can see, food making process in plants. As we have already discussed, right, that plants are known as autotrophs. Plants are known as autotrophs. Autotrophs means self-nourishment, means they prepare their own food. So what is the process that is involved which makes them autotrophs? So that process is photosynthesis. So let us discuss where does the photosynthesis takes place. So the main organ of the plant where photosynthesis takes place is leaves. Right? So we can say leaves as a site of photosynthesis, right? Because it is a place where the food is prepared. So it is what you can say site of photosynthesis, or you can say them as a food factories. Right? Why we say leaf as a food factories? Because food is prepared in the leaves, right? Most of the food is prepared in the leaves, so they are known as food factories. Okay, so what all things are required for the process of photosynthesis? Now leaf is there, so leaf also requires certain things, right? Certain materials which are known as raw materials. Okay, so requirements. What are the requirements of the for the process of photosynthesis, right? So let us study requirements for photosynthesis, right? So what all things are requirement? So the very first thing is requirement is carbon dioxide. Second thing that is required is water and minerals. Right? The third thing that is required is sunlight. And the very most important thing which is required is chlorophyll. Right? So these are the requirements that are necessary for the leaf in order to perform photosynthesis, that is to prepare food. So let us see how do leaves obtain these all raw materials. Okay, so firstly carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide they get it from air. Okay, they get it from air. So you will have a question like from how do they get it from air? So let us see for example, this is a leaf. Okay, this is a leaf. So on the lower surface of the leaves there are tiny pores. Okay, there are tiny pores, or you can say openings are there. Numerous tiny openings are there, right? You can only see those openings through microscopes. Okay, so there are openings are there. So I'll just show one of the opening. Okay, so this is how I will say. Okay, so this is the opening. Okay, around it there are various cells. Right? So I would say this as opening. Okay, I will say this as a opening, or I can say it as pore. So that opening is called stomata. Okay, now this opening is regulated. Regulated means what? Controlled by these two kidney shape shell. This shape is what? Its shape is kidney shape, right? You can see clearly the shape of these cells is kidney shape shell, right? So I would label them as what? Kidney shape cell that are called guard cells. Okay, I will say them as a guard cells. Why they are called guard cells? The reason is guard. What does a guard do? Right, in our society or a building, what does a guard do? It opens or close the gate, right? If a person wants to move in or move out, they open the gate or closes the gate. So similarly, any exchange of gases wants to take place. Okay, so this opening will be regulated by guard cell. They will decide whether we have to open the pore that or not, right? So based on that, that's why they are named as guard cell. And along with that, there are other cells. Okay, around guard cell, these are known as subsidiary cells. Okay, so through this pore, what will happen? They will take carbon dioxide from the air, right? Like leaves will take carbon dioxide from the air through opening called guard cell, opening called stomata, which is regulated by guard cell. So I hope everybody understood like from where and how do leaves get carbon dioxide, right? The second thing that we will be discussing, right, that how do plants get water and minerals? So they get it from soil. Okay, they get it from soil. Okay, we water the plants, right? We provide water and nutrition to the plant, right? So how do they get it from? So what happens? There are roots. Okay, there are what? Roots which absorbs water and minerals from soil. So you will have a question. From soil, the water and minerals are absorbed by root, but how do they reach to the leaves, or how do they reach to the aerial parts of the plant? Okay, so within a stem there is a continuous vessel. Okay, there is a continuous vessel that is running throughout the stem and leaves. Okay, so those vessels are called as, so now we can say there are roots. Roots have got water and minerals. Now through vessels, it will be like vessels in stem. It will be reaching to the leaves. Understood? So there is a continuous column, or you can say pipe, okay, where the water has been pushed up through a stem and then to the leaves. So this is how water and minerals get available to the plant, right? So we have seen carbon dioxide, how it is available. We have seen water minerals. Sunlight, as we know, sunlight is during the daytime. Okay, plants are always exposed to the sunlight, so get sunlight from the air, right? And the fourth one, that requirement is the chlorophyll, right? So chlorophyll, it is present in the cells of the leaves, right? It is already present in the green color pigment. It is where it is already present in cells of leaves, right? About chlorophyll, what I can say is chlorophyll is a green color pigment. Okay, it is a green color pigment which gives color to the leaves. Okay, we know like most of the leaves are green in color. So why they are green color? Because of the pigment called chlorophyll. Okay, that is why the leaves are green in color. Okay, I hope you understood this topic. Again, I will just have quick revision. Okay, so what it is, we have seen the leaves. Leaves are the site of photosynthesis, so we will name them as food factories. What are the requirements for the process of photosynthesis? So 4 requirements are there. Carbon dioxide, they get it from air or surrounding through stomata or stomatal opening, which is regulated by guard cells. Okay, then we have water and minerals are also required. So water and minerals are root absorbs water and minerals from the soil and then transport it to the leaves through a vessels. Okay, a pipe like structure which will help in the transport of water and minerals. Then we have seen sunlight, which is during daytime sunlight is available, so they get sunlight, and then chlorophyll, they are already present in the leaves. So this is how the plants gets all its requirement or raw materials, you can say, for a process of photosynthesis. Now we will see what actually happens during the photosynthesis. Okay, so we will understand it by the equation. Okay, so let us see the equation of photosynthesis. Right? So what are the requirements that we have already seen? Carbon dioxide and water are the main source. Okay, so let us see the equation for the photosynthesis. Okay, so we'll understand by the reaction what it says. Carbon dioxide plus water, or you can say water and minerals, right? This is taken up by the leaves in presence of sunlight. What? In presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. Right? In presence of chlorophyll, what is formed? So this food is formed. The first form of food which is produced by the leaves is carbohydrates. Okay, so carbohydrate plus oxygen is produced. Now this oxygen again, how it is given in the air? Through, of course, stomata or stomatal opening. Okay, so during the process of photosynthesis, what happens? Plants take up carbon dioxide and give out oxygen, right? That is why we always say we need to grow plants, right? Because it provides us oxygen. That is what we can say. We can say that it provides us fresh air, right? And at the same time, it also helps in cooling effect. Okay, so it will keep our environment at a normal temperature. At the same time, it will provide oxygen as well and consume carbon dioxide, right? So overall photosynthesis process is of great importance to our for life. Okay, so this is how it is. So what actually happens over here is this sunlight, which is a solar energy, right? Sunlight is what actually it is, a solar energy which gets stored into the carbohydrate. So I will write what chlorophyll traps, okay, it traps sunlight, okay, and where it forms food. Food is formed wherein this sunlight is stored in as a energy or as a chemical energy in the food. Okay, this sunlight is stored as a chemical energy in the food. Understood? So overall, what I can say, food is eaten by us as well as herbivorous animals. Herbivorous animals are eaten up by carnivorous animals, right? So overall, what I can say or we can say that we all indirectly depends on plants for our food. directly or indirectly we depend on plants for our food. So as we depend on plants for our food, so and the food has a chemical energy which is what, which was in which solar energy was converted into kinetic energy. So solar energy was converted into chemical energy. So overall what I can say, the energy that we are getting in the food is actually what? Sunlight. Understood? Because the chemical energy that has been stored in the form of food, it is from the sunlight. Okay, so the solar energy gets converted into chemical energy. Chemical energy, when we are food that we are eating or other animals that eat, okay, they get energy. So the energy that we are getting is actually a solar energy. So what I can conclude from here, I can conclude that sun is a ultimate source of energy. Ultimate source of energy. That is what I can say. Right? Second, now few things that let me just ask you so that it can be easy for us to understand. The first thing, if in case there is no sunlight, okay, so what do you think? Food will be formed or not? Photosynthesis process will take place or not? Of course, it will not take. Why? Because chlorophyll is necessary, which will trap the sunlight. If it is not there, then they won't be able to prepare food. Other than this, see, we in our body or our cells do not have chlorophyll. Other requirements we also can have. Carbon dioxide we can get it. Water also we can have it, sunlight. But we do not prepare food, or other animals or heterotrophs do not prepare food just because chlorophyll is absent. So without chlorophyll, right, that is without plants, life is not possible. Without sunlight, the energy conversion of sunlight into chemical energy is of course not possible. So what we can conclude, without sunlight or without plants, life is impossible on the earth. I hope you got it, everything in detail about the photosynthesis. So what is the definition of photosynthesis? Let us see the definition of photosynthesis. What does it mean? Right? So what it is, a process. So the process is a process in which plants prepare their own food, okay, using carbon dioxide, and water in presence of sunlight. Right? Understood? So I hope you understood the definition and whole process of photosynthesis in detail. Okay. So that's all for today's session. Next time we will be discussing about how do we know that the leaf has undergone the process of photosynthesis and food has been produced in it. So we have to perform the test to detect whether the food has been produced or not. Understood? So those things will be seen, and another topic that we are seeing is other mode of nutrition. Fine. In case if you have any doubts, okay, feel free to ask me. Thank you all.